arrival of summer means a couple of things in the Wilmington area. One, visitors will be looking for open spaces on our beaches. And two, Brad Thor is publishing a new Scot Harvath thriller. July 1st, Brad's new book, Edge of Honor, will be published, the 24th novel featuring America's top intelligence operative. And Brad Thor joins us from his home in Tennessee. Brad, as I always say, thank you so much for sparing some time and talking to us. And congratulations on the new novel.
Well, it's always a pleasure to talk with you, and it's a double pleasure because it means I actually wrote another book and it's coming out. So that's, these are not easy to do, but I'm thrilled to be here. So thank you.
Now, in past book, Harvath has signed to missions. He's even got blackmailed at some point in time. This time, though, he's trying to step away. It's kind of like the Al Pacino line in Godfather Part 3. As I try to get away, they pull me back in. And it didn't take very long to happen. But again, you were trying to separate him a little bit, and he gets yanked back into it.
Yeah, I've actually got somebody who I'm friendly with, who is an ex-Washington, D.C. official who cannot get a security detail and probably should have one. The threats against him from a foreign nation are serious enough. And that was playing in the back of my mind when I wrote this, because I thought, okay, Harvath's out, like the Pacino character. That's a great reference from The Godfather. And so I thought, what would get Harvath to step back in between his friend and potential bullets coming his way? What would it take? And the idea that his friend was left hung out to dry for the work that he did for America. So this is speaking to Harvath's patriotism and his love of country and his loyalty to his friends.
Now, you've had Harvath in some high-tech operations. You had him kind of in a war scene in Ukraine a couple books back. But this one, this is like a good old-fashioned spy novel to me. You know, there are some current technology, let's call it his truth serum that he uses a couple of times. You have Nicholas going on a pretty cool adventure. But this one is like, you know, bread and butter spy novel to me.
Well, that's what I wanted to do. So essentially, the idea for the novel is that there is a very angry faction inside the halls of power in D.C. They don't like that the new administration, fictional administration, I just got my first print review and it was fabulous, saying that Democrats and Republicans will both love this book. Brad goes right down the middle and he doesn't take sides. Yep. This is pure entertainment. But I was thinking of the French Revolution and the Jacobins, and I wanted a really angry faction that decided they were done with kind of the legal process and they were going to go on their own route to try to overthrow the current administration, install their own people. And so that, setting that in DC, where you don't know who the bad guys are, who the good guys are just by looking at them, really lends itself to a lot of traditional spycraft, some of the espionage 101 stuff.
Okay, this is the one question I ask you every time that we talk. Are we any closer to seeing Scot Harvath, big screen, small screens anytime soon?
Yep. So Harvath is going to be a television series. I can't say who the entity behind it is, but the John Wick director, Chad Stahelski, is our director for the TV series. Nice. Howard Gordon, the force behind 24 and Homeland, is one of our executive producers. So we have an A+ team. We're working on scripts now, and as soon as the scripts get approved, then the big announcement comes, and we'll be able to say who's behind this and where people are going to be able to watch the Harvath series.
Well, once again, Brad Thor's 24th thriller featuring Scot Harvath is called Edge of Honor, available July 1st. And you can get a signed copy from Brad. I've put a link to his website inside this story on WECT.com. Brad, once again, a really, really good read. A lot of action, plot twists, and some pretty good one-liners from some of the characters that we've all come to know and love. I think Edge of Honor is going to be looking down at the rest of the field on the bestseller list fairly quickly. Thanks once again for your time. Congratulations, and I hope the best for you always.
You too, John. Thank you very much.